Hello everyone. Today we'll continue the exercise 1.1 in part 2. Question number 8 will start today. I'm reading the question. See, two six-faced balanced dice are thrown simultaneously. State the sample space of this random experiment and hence write the sets showing the following events. First event A1, the sum of numbers on this dice is 7. Second event A2, the sum of the numbers on this dice is less than 4. Third event A3, the sum of the number on the dice is divisible by 3. And last event A4, the sum of the numbers on the dice is more than 12. Now these are the events which we have to separate according to the random experiment of throwing how many dice. Two dice, two six-faced dice we have available. So when we throw one dice, we know we get total outcomes 6, out of which any one at the top of the dice we get, that is total number of outcome for the one dice. We can write it as 6C1 and another dice, because we are throwing two dice, so one dice and another dice. That is how simultaneously two dice can be thrown, right? So one and another means and word is used, means we have to multiply it. So 6C1 for the one dice and 6C1 for the another dice. So 6C1 into 6C1, that is 6 into 6. So total number of outcomes for throwing two dice is 6C1 into 6C1, that is 6 into 6. How much we can write? 36. How much it is? 36. Now we'll write the sample space of this random experiment of throwing two dice. So there are two outcomes at a time we will get. Like first outcome we get that on both the dice we will get number 1 1 only. Now this second number I will change, first number I will keep it fixed. So first number means first dice outcome 1 only I will keep with 1. Other outcomes will be possible available on the second dice, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5 and 1 6. Likewise, now I will change first dice outcome 2. So 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, 2 4, 2 5 and 2 6. Likewise, I will change outcome, first outcome 3, 3 1, 3 2, 3 3, 3 4, 3 5 and 3 6. Likewise, now you can continue 4 1, 4 2, 4 3, 4 4, 4 5 and 4 6. Then 5 1, 5 2, 5 3, 5 4, 5 5 and 5 6. And last row, that is maximum outcome on any one die we can get is 6 only. So 6 1, 6 2, 6 3, 6 4, 6 5 and 6 6. That is your sample space of throwing two dice simultaneously, and you can check it. There are total 36 outcomes in the one row. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 outcome, and there are how many rows we have? 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. 6 6 are 36 outcomes are there, right? Now we will separate out one by one each and every events. Okay, so what is the event A1 given? See, now it is given as what? A1 is equals to the sum of numbers on the dice is 7. Sum of numbers means total of the numbers on the dice we get is, we want how much? 7. So total of this outcome, each sample point available, that total of sample point is considered over here, and we want over here how much total? 7. So I can write over here A1 is equals to event that the sum of numbers on the dice is 7. We want sum 7. So how many sample points are there? Having total 7 out of these 36 outcome that we have to find out. Like in the first row we have this one available 1 6. So I can write first outcome 1 6. Then in the second row we have available 2 5. So I can write another outcome 2 5. Third row we have 3 4, right? Then fourth row we have 4 3. Then next row we have 5 2. having the total 7, and last row we have 6 1. These are the outcomes in which we have total 7 available. That is your set for the event A1. Similarly, event A2 now we will see. So what is the event A2 given? It is given the sum of the numbers on the dice is less than 4. Less than 4 means 4 or less. Less than 4 means 3 or less, not 4. 4 is not considered over here. So maximum total we want is 3. Right? 3 or less means it can be 0 or 1 or 2 or 3. But you can see the minimum total on the dice is we can get 2, and maximum total is how much? 12. Okay, this is the total we get. Sum minimum is 2 available, then 3 4 5 up to maximum total we get is 12. So we want total over here 3 or less than 3 means 2 and 3 we can say. Okay, so we can write over here event that the sum of numbers on the dice is less than 4. Less than 4 means we want total less than 4, that is called as 3 or less than 3. Okay, so in that case what is the sample space you can create? So 3 or less than 3 means 2 or 3 total we want. 2 or 3 means total 2 we can write, and total 3 we can write in the sample space. So total 2, it is 1 1 available. Total 3 in the first row, 1 2 available. Then in the second row 2 1 total is available, that is 3 available. 2 is not available. Right now in the other rows no other outcomes are there having this same total 2. So that is what the sample space of event A2. Now the third event A3. Now what is this event given? The sum of numbers on the dice is divisible by 3. Divisible by 3 means it is that sum is a multiple of 3. So that means it is total we will get is 3 or 6 or 9 or 12. Maximum up to 12 only available, multiple of 3. More than this it is not available, possible in this sample space. Okay, so we can write over here event that the sum of numbers on the dice is divisible by 3. That is, you can write like this, that is sum is 3 6 9 or 12. This total if it is available, it is a multiple of 3. Right, so we'll write the sample space having the total 3 6 9 or 12. So from the first row you have to move row wise so that you can easily find out each and every outcome. So first row 1 2 is the total 3, then 1 5 is the total 6, then second row 2 1, then 2 4, that is for possible from the second row. Third row 3 is there, first outcome, that is 6, and 3 6 is there, that is 9. Next row, fourth row 4 2 6 and 4 5 9, that is 2 outcome only possible. Next row 5 1 6 and 5 4 9, and last row it is 6 3 9 and 6 6 12. These are the outcomes. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12 outcomes are there which are divisible by 3. The sum of that outcomes is divisible by 3. Then event A4. Now what is the event A4? The sum of the numbers on the dice is more than 12. Now total we want more than 12, that is 13 or more. So more than 12 total is not possible because maximum total we have available, that is how much, 12 only. So it is impossible event, we can say. First write down below event. It is given event that the sum of numbers on the dice is more than 12, that is 13 or more, that is equals to null set or 5. It is impossible event. What it is called as impossible event. So this is how we have to separate out different events. Afterwards we'll see the use of intersection, union. In the next time we'll see that in intersection, union, difference event, all these things we'll see one by one. Okay, so now we'll move on. Question number 9. I'm reading the question. See, first of all, in your textbook. It is given two numbers are selected at random from the first 5 natural numbers. The sum of two selected numbers is at least 6 is denoted by event A, and the sum of two selected numbers is even is denoted by event B. Write the sets showing the following events. Answer the given questions. Then the given questions are, it is over here, 10 questions are there. One is sample space U, second event A sample space you write, third event B sample space, then event A union B, then event A intersection B, event A dash, event difference event A, that is A dash B or A difference B, then event A dash intersection B. Then can it be said that the events A and B are mutually exclusive? Give reason. That is also we have to give the answer, that both this event A and B are mutually exclusive or not. If it is yes, what is the reason? If it is no, what is the reason? And last, state the number of sample points in the sample space of this random experiment. That we are going to give first answer actually. How many sample points are there? That will calculate first, and then we'll move on these different events available. The first thing is what it is given, that we are selecting how many numbers? Two numbers from the at random from the first 5 natural numbers. So first 5 natural numbers I will write over here. First 5 natural numbers is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Right, now we are selecting how many numbers out of these? 2 numbers are selected. Out of 5 numbers we are selecting 2 numbers. So total number of outcomes. Always keep a habit of writing the total number of outcomes whenever it is possible, so that you can able to find the correct sample space. So total number of outcomes 5C2. 5C2 is equals to 10. Right, as per the Pascal's triangle, you know this. Okay, so now we will move. This is the last answer we got, but I will write it again in the question 10. Okay, so I will move on now, recording the answers. The first question, what it is given? Sample space U. Right, the sample space U will write first. So it is U is equals to, in the set function we are selecting two numbers out of these 1 to 5 numbers available. So I will write first number 1 2, then with one other outcomes we'll write other combination 1 3, 1 4, 1 5. Now with 2 I will write. So 2 1 is also possible, but we have already selected 2 and 1. So it is a selection, means again we are not going to select 2 1. So it means we'll write the other outcomes with 2. So 2 3, 2 4, 2 5. Similarly with 3, so it is 3 4, 3 5, and the one outcome is with 4, that is 4 5. Now you can check the total number of outcomes 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. That is total 10 outcomes we have. Got it? That is your first answer. What is the second answer we have to write? Event A. Now what is event A? It is given over here. See, the sum of two selected numbers is at least 6 is denoted by event A. Okay, so I will write the event first of all, then we'll see what is the outcome we can write. Okay, A is equals to event that the sum of two outcomes, sum of two numbers is at least 6. At least 6 means what? Minimum 6. So sum of the two numbers we want 6 or more, that is 6 or more. Correct? So how many outcomes are there? Out of these outcomes where the total is 6 or more we have available, we will mark it over here because I am going to write on the other page. So 6 or more means 1 5 is possible, then 2 4 and 2 5 is possible, then 3 4 3 5 and 4 5 is possible. 6 and more outcome, right? Total. So these are the outcomes possible. I will write over here sample space of this event. It is from the first row 1 5, then next row it is 2 4 2 5, next row 3 4 3 5 and 3 4 5 and 4 5. These are the 1 2 3 4 5 6 outcomes for this event A. Similarly, third answer we have to give is event B. Now what is that event B we have? Again we'll read it. It is given over here. See, the sum of two selected numbers is even, is denoted by B. So now the total we want is even number. Okay, so I will write over here that event first of all. Event that the sum of two numbers is even number. Correct? That you know now. Even number means the total we want 2 4 6 8 like this. So accordingly, which outcomes are possible we'll see over here in our sample space. So total 2 is not available, minimum total is 3, but 4 total is available, this one with circle I am mentioning that. Similarly 6 total is possible, this one. Similarly again 6 is available, then 3 5 is available. These are the 4 outcomes 1 2 3 and 4 where the total 2 or 4 or 6, that is even number available, right? So I can write that sample space over here. In the set function it is 1 3, then 1 5, then 2 4, then 3 5. Other numbers are there, but they are having total odd numbers. Okay, so that was your A and B event you wrote. Now A union B, next point. Now they are related with these events. Okay, fourth one, A union B, union of the two events. Now union of two events means what? All the sample points available in event A and event B you have to write together. I will show you. See now, I will write first of all event A outcomes, A 1 5 2 4 2 5 3 4 3 5 and 4 5. These are the outcomes of event A. Union, sign of union over here. Now event B, the outcomes of event B we have to write 1 3 1 5 2 4 and 3 5. Now these outcomes we have to write in single set function, right? Repetition we have to write only for one time, and in order we'll write according to the outcomes we have. The 1 3 first we'll write, which is the first we have. Then 1 5 in both events available, I will write only for one time. Then 2 4 is also in both event available for one time. Then 2 5, then 3 4 3 5 in both events available, only I will write for one time, and 4 5. So that is what your sample space of event A union B. Okay, so all the outcomes in event A and event B you have to write together in one set function. Repetition you have to write only for one time. That is what you have to remember. Okay, now fifth question, A intersection B. A intersection B means what? Both the events A and B occurs together, simultaneous occurrence of events A and B, that is called as A intersection B. In our language, what we can say, out of this both the outcomes or sample space of the two events, which are the common outcomes available, that only you have to write. So I will write first of all the sample space of both the events with the intersection sign. As it is in the first sum, I am showing you all the proper ways of the answer, and then after that I am writing the answer, correct answer. Okay, this is what your intersection of two events. So that is equals to, you can write the common outcomes in both the events available, like which are that 1 5 1 5 we can write first, which is common available in both the events. Then which is the next one, 2 4 2 4 we can write, right? Then which is the next, we have 3 5 3 5. These are the three outcomes we have common, that is known as intersection of event A and B. Then next question number 6, what is the event? A dash event. A dash event means what? It is called as complementary event of event A. What it is? Complementary event of event A. And how we can find out that? From sample space U, deduct the event A outcomes. So I will write first of all sample space U, and then I will show the deduction of event A, so that I can get the A dash event. So what is the sample space U? Write down one by one all the outcomes of sample space U. I am writing in the next line so that I can show you on the other side the deduction also. This is your event U minus sample space U minus event A. So event A outcomes are available over here, 1 5 2 4, then 2 5, then 3 4 3 5 and 4 5. So all these outcomes we have to cancel from the sample space U, which are that 1 5 I have to cancel, 2 4 I have to cancel, 2 5 3 4 3 5 and 4 5. Remaining outcomes which we can write in a set function is known as the outcomes of event A dash, complementary outcome. 1 2 is remaining, 1 3 is remaining, and 1 4 remaining, as well as 2 3 is remaining. Got it? This is what your complementary event outcome. 4 outcomes, 6 outcomes are there in event A, so remaining 4 are there in event A dash. Got it? Then question number 7. What is the question number 7? See, A difference B, A minus B also it is said as difference event A. Now we have wrote different two formulae for event A minus B. What is that formula? First of all, the event A minus B means from event A will deduct the intersection of both events A and B. Okay, or you can use the other formula, A intersection B dash. Now according to these two formula, this will be easier for you because B dash event you have not calculated, but A and A intersection B are available. So from event A will deduct A intersection B event, so that you will get what? Difference event A minus B. So I will write event A first. So event A is 1 5 2 4 2 5, then it is 3 4 3 5 and 4 5. This is your event A. From this deduct the event A intersection B. A intersection B is available over here. What is that? 1 5 2 4 and 3 5. So these outcomes we have to deduct from event A, so that we can get difference event A. 1 5 1 5 we have to cancel, 2 4 2 4 and 3 5 3 5. So the other outcomes remaining are known as difference event A outcome. Which are that outcomes remaining? 2 5 3 4 and 4 5. That is your difference event A. Then 8th question. What is the question number 8? We have A dash intersection B. A dash intersection B. Now A dash intersection B, that is similar like this. You can see A intersection B dash, that is called as difference event A. So A dash intersection B is known as difference event B, that is B minus A, or B minus A is also written as from event B will deduct the intersection of A and B. So what is the event B available? Write down first. Event B, we have this one available. I will write the event B over here. See now, 1 3, then 1 5, then 2 4, and then 3 5. This is your event B. From this we have to deduct A intersection B. That also I will write. It is 1 5, 2 4, and 3 5. So cancel these outcomes. In event B available 1 5, then 2 4, and 3 5. These outcomes will be cancelled. So remaining outcome is called as difference event B, B minus A, or B A dash intersection B. Right? Only one outcome is remaining. Then question number 9. What is the question? Can it be said that the events A and B are mutually exclusive? Give reason. Now first we want to define whether these two events are mutually exclusive. So we should know the condition for mutually exclusive. For mutually exclusive events, intersection of two events is not possible. But over here we have already found the intersection of two events. That means event A and B are not called mutually exclusive event. Okay, so we'll write over here first of all, for mutually exclusive events A intersection B is equals to null set or phi. Therefore events A and B are not mutually exclusive events. And if you want to write reason, I wrote the reason first over here. If you want to write the reason afterwards, then you write this answer, that events A and B are not mutually exclusive event because for exclusive events A intersection B is null set, which is not possible over here because we have already got the answer for A intersection B. Okay, and the last question number 10. What is that? State the number of sample points in the sample space of this random experiment. So number of sample points you have to write. I will write over here only 10th answer. Total number of outcomes, or you can write sample points, is equals to 5C2, that is equals to 10. It is equals to how much? 10. That is your answer. Okay, so this is how we can separate out different events according to the two events we have separated, right? And we can get the intersection also, union also, difference event also, complementary events also, and that is helpful for us. These are all called as favorable outcomes for the each events which we have calculated, and using that we can find out the probability. Okay, so today we'll end up the session over here. Tomorrow we'll see the other questions regarding this same exercise. Thank you everyone. Take care.